Hello and welcome to my channel, Exceedingly Good Reviews. This is my thoughts on Survivor Series from 2020. I'll give you a quick run through of what occurred on the show, the results and whatnot, and then give you my overall thoughts on it. So, the show opens, the pre-show opens. On the pre-show, there was a dual brand Battle Royal match. There's some big names in there. We had Shinsuke Nakamura was in there, The Miz, John Morrison, Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, etc. Some quite big names. It's quite an entertaining match, really. First one eliminated is John Morrison, which I found quite shocking. But yeah, he was the first one out. My pick, Murphy, he ended up going, unfortunately, during the match, which was a shame. What I didn't get, and what I never get with these matches, it's a dual brand Battle Royal. This is the night where SmackDown and Raw go head to head. So, why are the SmackDown wrestlers battling other SmackDown wrestlers and the Raw wrestlers battling other Raw wrestlers? I never get it. But you see SmackDown wrestler battling another SmackDown wrestler trying to eliminate them. Surely, if you're a SmackDown wrestler, you'll try and eliminate all the Raw superstars first and then pick off the rest from your own brand to be victorious. But no, always baffles me that. So that was a little gripe that I had with this match. But yeah, the final four, it comes down to The Miz, Chad Gable, Jeff Hardy and Dominic Mysterio. Dom ends up towards the finish. Dom thinks he's eliminated The Miz, but we clearly see that The Miz rolls back into the ring and then gets kicked out, so technically he's safe. The refs are there and they say he's safe. Dom doesn't see that though. Dominic Mysterio doesn't see that. So Dom, when he eliminates Chad Gable, thinks he's won the match. Jeff Hardy's already gone. Dom thinks he's won the match. The Miz comes back in and throws Dom out. The Miz wins the Battle Royal, the dual brand Battle Royal. Good for The Miz. Didn't see that one coming. My pick, Murphy, unfortunately got eliminated halfway through, early on in the match, which was a shame. But also on the pre-show, we get a 24/7 title segment. R-Truth interrupts the panel that was there, saying about the Phenom that he's got a video package for is the Gobbledygook Goop, and he appears, he's there with R-Truth. Akira Tozawa comes out, R-Truth battles him away, but the Gobbledygook rolls him up and pins him and wins the 24/7 title, new 24/7 champion. I think it's Drew Gulak. It sounded like Drew Gulak was under the costume, but that's never revealed. So yeah, anyway, that's the pre-show. The main show starts. The first match is the traditional 5-on-5 elimination match. Survivor Series elimination match. Team Raw, the men's team Raw against the men's team SmackDown. AJ Styles, Braun Strowman, Sheamus, Riddle, and who am I forgetting? Keith Lee on Team Raw. Can't believe I forgot Keith Lee. On SmackDown, we've got Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Otis, King Corbin and Jey Uso. We've seen over the build to this match that the Raw team have not got on. The SmackDown team have been more cohesive, have got on a lot better. However, did not like this match at all. Clean sweep here for Raw. All the SmackDown team are eliminated. Not a single member of Raw is eliminated. I am not happy with these kind of finishes. And if I was Fox, you're paying the big bucks. You're paying more for SmackDown than USA is paying for Raw. SmackDown is the cash cow for WWE. It's the main money earner for WWE, television show wise. If I was Fox, I'd be saying, I want some of that cash back. I want all that cash back because you've just made our show look like a joke compared to the other show. That was a pathetic booking from WWE. I am not happy with it at all. I am really miffed about it. I don't like it when they do those kind of things. A clean sweep. If Raw won the match, that's fair enough. But to have them win in the manner that they did, a clean sweep, complete elimination of Team SmackDown, not a single member of Team Raw eliminated, it just does not sit well with me. Keith Lee's got good new music, which is good to hear. AJ and Jey Uso start the match. Seth Rollins decides he's going to take one for the team. It's for the greater good. He sacrifices himself, allows Sheamus to hit the Brogue Kick on him. And Seth Rollins is the first one eliminated. Kevin hits a few stunners on everybody. But AJ ends up hitting a phenomenal forearm on him, and he pins Kevin Owens, so he's eliminated. Riddle then eliminates King Corbin. Raw at this point are 5-2 up. Running power slam from Braun and Otis is pinned and eliminated. A fight back from Jey Uso. Jey Uso showed great fight in this, but Keith Lee ends up hitting a spirit bomb and pinning Jey Uso. Clean sweep for Raw. Paul Heyman's seen watching on. He's not happy with what he's seen about Jey Uso losing the match, but yeah, the whole match as a whole, I did not like it. I thought it was an awful way to start the show. And like I said, if I was Fox, I'd be absolutely fuming. I'd be on the phone to Vince McMahon saying, hey, look, I want my money back. You've just made the show that we've paid the mega bucks for look like a joke. Shame on you. What a joke. What an absolute farce this was. Farce. Second match of the night. The New Day taking on the Street Profits. Thank God. This was a great match. From that point of that low, from that opening match, this was a great way of building your back up. These two teams put on a great showing. Great respect shown by each individual in this match. These two teams respect each other, and you could see it. You could tell. New Day coming down in the Gears 5 Gears of War gear. That looked awesome. Big E with them as well, which was nice. A nice little moment, but he disappeared. He wasn't at ringside for them during the match. He disappears after the entrance. Montez Ford looks phenomenal in this match. Ends up hitting Kofi's Trouble in Paradise maneuver on Kofi Kingston. Ooh, the cheek of it. Montez Ford ends up... Montez Ford hits his frog splash and they end up kicking out of that. I've never seen anyone kick out of his frog splash yet, because he gets such elevation on those frog splashes. No one kicks out, but someone did here. Ends up, the Street Profits hit the blockbuster on Xavier Woods, and Dawkins pins him to win the match. Street Profits win. Mutual respect still shown between these two teams at the end of the match. Nice to see. Third match of the night. Sami Zayn against Bobby Lashley. Looks like Zayn wants to get DQ'd in this match. He does not want any part of it. The Intercontinental Champion is trying to avoid the United States Champion. After all the talk of Sami Zayn saying the Intercontinental title is the better belt because it covers continents, whereas the US title only covers one country, you know, I've got the better championship. He actually looks like a coward during this match, trying to get himself disqualified, get one of the other Hurt Business members to assault him to get disqualified, or attempting to escape. It leads to MVP throwing him back in the ring. Bobby Lashley locking in the Hurt Lock, and Sami taps. Sami loses, Bobby Lashley wins. So Raw, from the opening 3 matches on the main card, if we include the pre-show, then Raw are now 3-1 up. If we don't, and we only include the 2-1 up. But the scoring is never referenced throughout the show. So obviously the scoring isn't a big thing this year, where it has been in previous years. Fourth match of the night, the women's champions, Asuka, the Raw Women's Champion, against Sasha Banks, the SmackDown Women's Champion, going 1-on-1. We are reminded of the history between these two, that Sasha Banks has beaten Asuka for the belt, and Asuka's beat her to win it back, and that it's because of Sasha Banks and Bayley that Asuka's friend, Kairi Sane, is no longer here in WWE and whatnot. We're reminded of that. This is quite a standard match, quite a bog standard match, I thought, until it started to look like it was going to hit a high gear. It's going to go up a level, up a tempo. Lots of pinning combinations, and ultimately then Sasha Banks ends up rolling up Asuka and pinning her to win the match, which kind of just seemed like a flat finish. It's like it was building up, and then all of a sudden they just decided it's ending here, and it just seemed like a sudden stop for something that they were building. So yeah, that was an unfortunate thing, I think, for the match. It didn't kind of gel well with me. But Sasha Banks wins, so a win for SmackDown. Gobbledygooker is backstage. He finds some birdseed. Obviously, it's a trap. Akira Tozawa appears from out of a crate with his ninja ref. And he pins the Gooker to win the 24/7 title, only for R-Truth to then pin him and win back his 24/7 title for the 45th time. 45 reigns as 24/7 champion. R-Truth runs off. Good for you. Fifth match. 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series elimination match. The women's turn now. Team Raw, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, the women's tag team champions, teaming with Peyton Royce, Lacey Evans, and Lana. Against Team SmackDown, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Natalya. Obviously, a lot's been made about the Raw team, especially mainly Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, not wanting Lana to be involved whatsoever with this team. The reminder at the beginning of this match that you do not get involved with this match. You do not tag in. We want no part of you in this match. This match was a much better match. Eliminations for both teams are much more enjoyable that way, and a lot closer towards the end, with like it coming down to 2-1. I won't tell you who yet, but 2-1, and then ultimately one person left standing in the ring as the ultimate winner for their team. So seems to be unity between the SmackDown ladies. Lacey and Bayley get things started. Lana tags herself into the match. Ooh, wrong move. Eventually, when she tags out, of her team tell her to stay out of the way and off the ring apron. You stay on the steps. You are not involved in this match, remember. Peyton hits a superplex off the top rope onto Bayley, onto everyone on the outside, apart from Lana, because she's over in the other corner on the steps. Back in the ring, Peyton Royce pins Bayley. Bayley's the first one eliminated. Ooh. Natalya locks in the sharpshooter on Royce, and Royce taps, so she's now eliminated. Lacey hits a woman's right and pins Natalya, so she's eliminated. Shayna pins Ruby to eliminate her. A crucifix bomb on Lacey by Liv Morgan eliminates Lacey Evans. Samoan drop on Liv by Nia and pins her to eliminate her. So Bianca Belair is left alone now with Shayna, Nia, Jax, and Lana. Shayna gets DQ'd because she won't release her submission. She's got Bianca Belair locked in the submission lock. Bianca Belair's fighting out of it. She ends up falling into the ropes. So that ropes makes a rope break. But Bianca Belair is out. She's out cold. Shayna Baszler won't release it though. The ref's counting is 5 count. Okay, got up to 5. You're not released. You're out of here. You're disqualified. Nia Jax then takes over. Bianca Belair comes to all of a sudden. She gets a second win. She's fighting back. The fighting between Bianca Belair and Nia Jax on the outside of the ring. Nia keeps preventing Bianca from getting in the ring. When Nia makes a charge at Bianca, Bianca sends her flying over the barricade, but it's too late. Bianca Belair can't get back in the ring. Both these two ladies, both of the legal participants in this match at the moment, get counted out. The only person left now is Lana. All of Team SmackDown is gone. The 4 other members of Team Raw are gone. Lana, the last person standing in the ring, Lana is the winner of the match. Lana has won it for Team Raw. Oh my lord. There is going to be repercussions for her on Raw. No doubt. And then we get our main event. 6th match in the night. Team SmackDown can't win now because of that pre-show loss and everything, if you include in that. But like I said, they don't reference the scoring on this show whatsoever. It's like they were glossing over it. Whereas they made a big deal of the scoring on previous shows. So, 6th match in the night. Drew McIntyre, the WWE Champion, taking on Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion. Good physical match, 2 big men. Drew goes for the Claymore kick, but Roman hits the Superman punch instead. Drew avoids a spear, but locks in a Kimura lock. But Roman somehow gets to the ropes, causing a rope break. Roman with a Samoan drop with Drew onto the announcer's desk, but it doesn't break. So he decides, you know what, I'll do it again. And it does break, finally explodes. He then hits another, which makes the desk explode. Then he hits a spear through the barricade, but Drew still somehow kicks out when Roman gets him back in the ring and tries to pin him. Another spear, another kick out by Drew. Reigns is about to go for another spear, but Drew hits the Claymore kick. Roman falls into the ref, knocking him out though. The ref gets knocked out of the ring. Jey Uso comes out. He distracts Drew McIntyre. Roman is now on top. Roman locks in the guillotine. A new ref comes down. And Drew McIntyre passes out. Roman Reigns is your winner. The Universal Champion has won the match. And now this is my belt of the night. This was a great match. This was, but unfortunately, on a show of average matches or below par matches. Overall, this show was a poor show from WWE. I expected so much more from them. Not just that though. After this match, we get our final farewell to The Undertaker, my favourite wrestler of all time. The reason why I got back into wrestling, The Undertaker. And this farewell, it just didn't do it for me. This man is deserving of so much more. Maybe it's because there wasn't a live audience present. I don't know. So, it's the farewell to The Undertaker. Shane McMahon comes down to the ring, followed by Big Show, JBL, Jeff Hardy, Mick Foley, The Godfather, The Godwins, Savio Vega, Rikishi, Kevin Nash, Booker T, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Triple H, and Kane. We get a highlight video package of a little video montage of his career. Great music from, I think it's AC/DC or something like that. It's great little video package. I love how WWE do these, and this was great. When we come back to the ring, all the other individuals, all these legends that came down have suddenly disappeared. Okay, so what was the point with them all coming out? They've all disappeared. Vince McMahon is in the ring on his own. And he's the one who introduces The Undertaker. Vince McMahon disappears. We get The Undertaker's entrance. No pun intended here, but it takes up like 99% of the show. You know, his entrance. It is such a long entrance, but hey ho. He's deserving of it. If he's going to take 99 or 100% of the time allotted for the show, so be it. He's deserving of it. He comes down to the ring, cuts a promo saying about how The Undertaker now, the Undertaker character now can rest in peace. And that was that. He walks off, and yeah, like I said, I don't get why the legends were there. I just don't get it. For a character as big as The Undertaker, as loyal as The Undertaker, someone who is demanding of so much respect, both from his peers, but from the fans, from critics, from anyone and everyone. This man deserves so much more, and this farewell just fell flat. All these legends come down to the ring and then just disappear. They don't say a thing, they don't cut any promos, they don't remember their favourite moments of The Undertaker, they just all disappear. None of them are there to witness The Undertaker coming down to the ring for one last time and congratulate him and whatnot. They've all disappeared. Vince McMahon disappears. I expect an embrace there between the two. Yeah, okay, they didn't want to break The Undertaker character one last time. Look at all the documentaries that they've done, all the promo work, all the interviews he's done. He's broken character so many times. Why not have him break character here? Great little moment where they did like a 3D silhouette thing of Paul Bearer, and Undertaker acknowledged him doing the pose and everything, which was lovely to see. Rest in peace, Paul Bearer. But I mean, everything about this show just fell flat for me. I was not into this show at all. This was the worst. So the pay-per-view was 3 hours, 20 odd minutes. The pre-show was an hour. So that's nearly 4.5 hours of my life I will not get back, and it was an absolute drag to sit through. Apart from, like I said, my belt of the night, Roman Reigns against Drew McIntyre, was the only good thing that occurred on this show. The dual brand battle royal was enjoyable on the pre-show, but that's a pre-show. Normally pre-show, it's completely not acknowledged. The scoring between the two shows was not acknowledged. That opening match, the fact that SmackDown was absolutely obliterated without any wounds being made to Raw, I was not happy about. The tag team title, the two tag team champions going against each other, that was nice. That was a good match. Bobby Lashley, Sami Zayn is what I expected it to be. Sasha Banks and Asuka just didn't get out of second gear, and when it did look like it was going to, they just ended the match, which was just a stupid shame. The women's elimination match was a lot better, but it was too little too late for me. And like I said, the main event couldn't make up for it. Even though the main event was a great match, it couldn't make up for all the other crap that I had to sit through on this show. And like I said, the final farewell, the bit that I was most excited to see, and it just didn't work for me. What was with that weird lightning musical bit that they did for his entrance? That was just weird, and it came across, to me at least, tacky and cheap and nasty and not deserving, not befitting someone of the calibre, of the history, of the prestige that The Undertaker deserves. I thought there was going to be lightning bolts and explosions and whatnot, but no, it was this stupid electrical musical number bit that they did doing his theme song with these electrical bolts. It was just pee-poor. It was. I was not happy with this show at all. My overall thoughts on this show is it was a poor pay-per-view. This is one of your big four, I've heard so many people saying that they need to get rid of Survivor Series, that Survivor Series doesn't mean anything. And I've always thought, it does. It means something to me. If you watch this show, you'd jump on the bandwagon of, yeah, get it cancelled, there's no point. Bring back bragging rights. Like I said, previous Survivor Series, they've had the scoring system. And they've made a point of, SmackDown's 2-1 up, Raw is 3-0 up. That year that I think Raw won a clean sweep and whatnot. Yeah, last year NXT was involved and they ended up winning overall. Here, they didn't do anything. They didn't reference the scoring. They didn't reference that Raw was up on the night. And the whole thing just fell flat. It was just an absolute shambolic pay-per-view from WWE. They should lower their heads, hang their heads in shame. This was a pathetic showing. You know, I'm not even going to call this a poor pay-per-view. This was a pathetic pay-per-view. That main event was not enough to save the show. And the farewell to The Undertaker, it just didn't sit well with me. It wasn't good enough for him. I apologise if people disagree with me and people start thinking, oh, hang on a minute, don't start hating on The Undertaker. I am not hating on The Undertaker. He is my favourite wrestler of all time. He's the reason why I got back into wrestling, The Undertaker. I'll do a video on The Undertaker and his importance to me and how he got me involved in wrestling at a later date. Watch out for that coming. But this was not befitting of him. He is the Phenom. He is The Undertaker. He is a wrestling god to me. And to see this poor, pathetic excuse of a farewell to this individual. I know you can say, well, a lot of wrestlers don't even get that. A lot of wrestlers don't get a farewell. A lot of wrestlers, it's a case of they have a match and they retire. They lose and they retire. I would have much rather seen something like that. I would have much rather had him have a cinematic match against the Fiend and have his character killed off by the Fiend or something like that, you know. I think that would have been much more befitting, and that's what he expected to have. I thought the Fiend would have been on the show. The Fiend wasn't even on Survivor Series. He's one of the biggest characters that WWE have got, and he couldn't even get on the show. Randy Orton wasn't on the show. I expected one or both of them to have some kind of impact on the main event. Yeah, this whole show just did not sit well with me. I did not enjoy it. It was a drag to get through. And yeah, it was all built up for me, waiting for that farewell to The Undertaker at the end of the night, and that was just a letdown. So yeah, I babbled on for long enough. I do apologise, but this show just really hit a nerve with me, and I am not happy. Not happy with WWE. This is the kind of show that makes you reevaluate being a wrestling fan. This is the kind of show that makes you think, why am I bothered? Why do I bother? Why do I bother? I classify myself as a WWE fan. I am a WWE fan. I am a fan of WWE's product. They are the main show for me. But it makes you start thinking, why do I bother with WWE programming? They are just putting on a bog standard, peepaw, shiitake mushroom product, and it's just not worth my time. I might continue doing the review videos. I might not. I don't know. I'll see what occurs on Raw tonight. I'm probably not going to watch it. I might just check up the results online. This is the kind of show that could turn a wrestling fan off the product, and I might have reached that point. WWE might have just finally reached that point, and I've been through so much with WWE, watching over the years, constantly since 2000, and this might be the point now where I think, why do I bother? Impact Wrestling I enjoy a lot more. AEW I enjoy a lot more. I've always thought of myself as a WWE fan though, and now I am at the point where I think, what is the point? Why do I bother? Thank you WWE for that. Thank you very much for getting me to the point now where I almost don't care. Thank you. But anyway, I babble on. Those are my thoughts on Survivor Series from 2020. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Like this video, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me babble on. And yeah, stay tuned for more content. If there will be more content, I plan on doing a video about The Undertaker, because to say how much he meant to me as a fan. But yeah, who knows what the future may hold. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay classy.